Kia ora. As we go through the rest of the afternoon for today, we are going to find some wetter weather pushing through towards Fiordland, some heavier falls through there. But this front is weakening away as it moves northwards. Not much makes its way across in towards those eastern parts north of Otago, but we are going to find a little bit more rainfall pushing in towards the western side. But the wettest spots for today, for Thursday, will be down in Fiordland. There is that severe weather watch for that rainfall just as we head through to about 6 p.m. As always, you can find the latest information on the Met Service website. But watch as we go through the night time. That front continues to move north, so it really weakens away. And I think we are going to find perhaps a little bit of showery stuff still with us across those more northern parts of Buller in towards the early hours of the morning. But on the whole, there's plenty of dry weather in store across the North Island through the night time. Just a little bit more cloud to start the day from, say, Taranaki southwards. In terms of our temperatures, we've had a couple of cold nights so far this week. Temperatures overnight tonight into the first part of Friday. Nothing too cold, down to around about 6 degrees Celsius down south compared to, say, around about 15 or so up across those more northern parts of the North Island. Now, the good news for many of us as we head in towards Friday is that there's plenty of sunshine around. A fine looking story across many parts of the South Island. A touch more cloud making its way northwards with what's left of that front up across the North Island, and it does introduce more cloud in towards Hawke's Bay and Tairafti. But other than a few showers, there's plenty of dry weather across the North Island as well. We'll start off with more cloud across Taranaki and down towards Manawatu, and it may be thick enough to bring an odd isolated shower through the morning time. But for the afternoon, that cloud breaks up and clears away. Some fine weather back on the cards there. You can see the first half of that front runs up that western coast, while the second half brings more cloud in towards Hawke's Bay and up in towards Tairafti. And where that cloud meets the mountains, we could find an odd shower. But for many of us, it's looking like a dry day. Decent spells of sunshine up through places like Tauranga and the Bay of Plenty, helping to really lift those temperatures to highs of 27 degrees Celsius. A fine, warm looking day there compared to, say, 18 or so down in Wellington. As we head down towards the South Island, well, as I was saying, we've got plenty of fine weather in store. A little bit more cloud around first thing in the far eastern parts of Canterbury, perhaps thick enough to bring an odd spot of drizzle up about the foothills. But really, for many of us, it's a dry day, plenty of sunshine, just a touch more cloud down the far south. You can see a few showers still back with us in towards Fiordland, and those southwesterly winds bringing a fair number of showers across Stewart Island and perhaps around that Southland coast. But for most of us, it's a dry day, plenty of sunshine, and those temperatures, well, we've definitely had warmer, but back to around about 19 or 20 degrees Celsius there for Christchurch. Heading through in towards the weekend, well, high pressure rules the roost, and it means that for the majority of the country, we've got dry weather right the way through. We'll be chasing areas of cloud and still perhaps an odd shower down the far south there. But you can see through Saturday and for Sunday, that high pressure builds across the country. It keeps things relatively settled and dry. We might have a bit more in the way of northwesterly winds around those far southern parts and a touch more cloud through there as well, and a bit more cloud on towards that western coast of the South Island by Sunday. But for many of us, it's a dry looking weekend with plenty of brightness and plenty of sunshine, and our temperatures back up to highs of 28 degrees Celsius through Canterbury by the time we head in towards Sunday. That's it from me. This is from metservice.com.